This is what we've got today. This is what they call the chord organ. It's supposed to be an S-6. Now this one's neat because it's got this panel with all these cool switches. They're all bakelite. The bakelite nature is why I'm thinking it might be 50s. We're gonna rotate this around real quick. Let's go clockwise. I'll show you what it's got. And now this is gonna be one of the more complicated of these models. We have several of these organs. This one right here is the strangest looking. This has way more tubes than the other organs have, because in the other organs, most of the sound is made mechanically and then it's amplified, and the tube parts of those are usually just the amplifiers. So this thing creates its tones with the tubes. So this does not have the mechanical tone wheel. Even though it's a Hammond, this is the most different than the other organs we're gonna be messing with in this series. We're probably gonna wind up saving this for last, as far as like what we actually turn it into. We'll go through the schematic later and figure it out. It's got some really cool 10-inch speakers on it. It's got a gigantic power supply that's separate from the chassis. I have another one of these chassis. A friend of mine busted one of these up about 10 years ago and gave me the parts, and he wound up throwing away the wood. The wood on this is actually some of the nicest wood of all the Hammonds I have. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna take this whole thing apart and save the audio parts. There's also keyboard parts that we're gonna take out. I'm not sure how much is in this specific model. This one's a little bit of a mystery. I'm not sure if this has the palladium in the wire of the keys. I think Hammond did that on all their keyboards, but I'm not sure how much is in here. This might just be a tiny amount compared to the other ones, but I kind of wanted to just get this one out of the way first so that we could work with the other ones. All right, so you're gonna see a time lapse of us go through and take these pieces out one at a time. I've never taken one of these apart before, so you're gonna learn with us how this comes apart. Like I said, we're gonna stack all the parts to the side and organize everything, but yeah. These right here are the bus bars. Oh, there's 4 of them. Now on the bigger Hammonds, there's more of these. You cut the wire and then you pull these bus bars out. And these bus bars, the very top of it, it's really hard to see. So this bar here is made out of copper and it's coated with nickel, I think. But on the very top, there is like a 28 or 30 AWG palladium wire. So this thing has a palladium wire that's about, what, 2 feet long. These are your precious metals. When someone says Hammond bus bar, this is what they're talking about. These are the bus bars. Yeah, so there's more palladium in this box here, but there's more work to get at it. Now we know for sure these chord organs do come with bus bars. These are your bus bars. But that's not why we're doing it. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it to save some of these things. And you know, when you look in here, you have some really nice AlNiCo speakers, a pair of 10-inch speakers. You've got this giant power transformer that powers all 21 of these tubes. That thing's pretty beefy and it's got a lot of headroom and could probably run an entire mixing console. Hint, hint. Oh, and then we've got this thing. And all of these screws, my goodness, such a collection of bolts and flathead screws. way more than I'll ever need. And then the wood on here is pretty nice too. So I already have some other Hammond stuff that came from previous organs being taken apart. This one right here is an AO35 reverb unit with a gigantic power transformer and a decent little output for two, I think it's two EL84s. But this is what they made into the Carmen Gia. So now I have another one of these AO30 chord organ chassis. So because I now have two of each of them, I was thinking about maybe building some kind of stereo amp, since I can mirror everything. After I get these all taken apart, this is going to be the first one I rebuild. That's an AO29. But right here, you'll see I've got 12 of these. And these are smaller. These bus bars are, the bus bars themselves are smaller, but the wire that's welded to them is the same size. But you can see right here, this is just from one organ and there were 12 of them. And then this whole bag of copper pieces, these are the actual key parts that strike the bus bars, and each one of them has a tiny little piece of palladium on the tip. So while one of them might not be that valuable, a whole bag of them, it's at least worth sending to the refiner, I think. That's gonna be it for today. Tune in to the next one.